Alright, starting up the day with the FJ rebuild and the air intake. Here it is. In the passenger side, let me show you why. I just want to point out where the bolts are to remove it. Mainly those and a couple extra, and I did take off, separate there from the other intake piece. Okay, let's go around here. And before we get into the engine, let's look at the crash damage. I took off the front crash bar, and it looks like these crumple bits are in good condition. They look straight, no bending, but up here there is actually a little bit more of a dent than I thought I had. You know, it doesn't really matter if the headlights and the bumper and everything lines up, or if I get a new steel bumper, it'll attach to those crumple points, so you won't notice. But here, this bracket is a little bent, and this one I'm gonna have to look on Google and kind of see if this is the way it's supposed to look, slightly bent in like that, or if that's damaged or not. Probably has some contour to it, but not sure if that's bent. But that'll make my trim not line up if it is. So everything looks good down here, and back into the intake project. Okay, so there's valve covers. I'm about to do those next. Here's the intake, and you can see there's a stud there with a nut on it, and there is one in the very back. And then there's 4 Allen 8mm size. There's the other stud. Now when you're taking this out, if you do, you know, mark everything if you're worried about it. There's 2 mounts there that have a bolt, and there's one more over here, and I put that back in so I wouldn't lose it. Now back here was a problem. I had to take off the bolt here to get this little mount out to move the wiring harness because it was holding down the intake. It was clipped on here to the heater hoses, and then the wire harness was above it, keeping it from coming upwards. So put a little paper towels in here just to keep crud and bugs from jumping in. But that's how it looks. I don't know how yours looks. Is that good? Is it bad? I don't know. Never taken apart an engine this far, but I will show you a little scope video and you can get a little deeper in there. See the top of the valves. Here we go. So maybe a little shaky and it's hard to see on this screen, but there's the top of the valve. Looks like there's some rust and some black soot on there. This valve is open into the combustion chamber, so you barely peek through into the cylinder, but this light isn't small enough, so I can't